And, you know, the problems that face us as a nation right now, I got to tell you a secret. They are not Democrat problems. They are not Republican problems. They are American problems. And we as Americans have to solve those problems. We cannot allow the forces that be to continue to destroy this nation. If I were trying to destroy this nation and I was in charge, let me tell you what I would do. I would drive wedges between the people. I would have a war on women and race wars and income wars and age wars and religious wars, and any place I could drive a wedge, I'd be driving it to distract people and to divide and conquer. And then I would be driving the debt to unimaginable levels. I would be inviting people in here from other countries. I'd be putting them on benefits. I'd be giving them free phones. I'd be trying to get people involved in every kind of social programs that I possibly could so that I could destabilize the financial structure of the country. I would be trying to weaken the military and demoralize the military while our enemies were growing stronger and stronger all over the world, and the jihadists were infiltrating our country. I would not be protecting our borders. I would not harden the electrical grid. I wouldn't be worried about cyber warfare. I would destroy our space program so that others could get control of space and have a dominant position over the world. That's what I would do. Any resemblance to what's going on is purely coincidental. But you know what? We can fix it.
Yes.
Okay? You know why? Because we are the American people. And we have the can-do attitude. And there is virtually nothing that we can't do if we put our minds to it. And if we work together and stop trying to destroy each other and stop fighting each other. The power that we have is virtually unimaginable. And I want you to know that this is an exceptional country. You know, 100 years before we came on the scene, 500 years, 1,000 years, 5,000 years, people did things the same way. Within 200 years of the advent of America, men were walking on the moon. Don't tell me this is not an exceptional nation. It changed the trajectory of the entire world. And the other thing about this nation is that it is the child of every other nation. So we have a stake in the welfare of every other nation. We are the natural leaders of the world. And when we back off of our leadership position, adventurism begins to occur on behalf of many others. And we create a lot more problems than we solve when we back away from our leadership responsibilities. You look at what's going on with the global jihadists right now. Some people say, no, we can't get involved in what's going on in the Middle East. We made a big mistake in 2003. We lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of money. Let's just keep our noses out of it. That is a very immature attitude. Because in 2003, Saddam Hussein was not an existential threat to this country. The radical jihadists are an existential threat. They are going to grow until someone stops them. They want to destroy us, our way of life, and Israel. And we have two choices. We can let them continue to grow, drop a few bombs in the desert and say we're doing something, or we can use every resource known to us, covert and overt, banking, everything, and we can destroy them first. That's what we need to do. And, you know, we need to build up our military. We have the smallest Navy since 1970, the smallest Air Force since 1940. You know, so many of our generals have prematurely retired because they don't want to be part of this. The sequester cuts the heart out of the personnel. Lieutenant colonels, captains, majors getting letters every month don't re-enlist. You know, the morale is so low, 14% down on recruiting for volunteer Army force. We're treating our veterans like we don't know them. I mean, there's so much stuff that is going on. It is absolute craziness. And one of the first things that would be done in a Carson administration is we will once again have the strongest military that anybody that, quite frankly, is how we avoid war. You will not avoid war by being weak. You will encourage war to come. Now, some people say, yeah, but how are you going to pay for all that? Guess what? There is so much waste in our government. It is unbelievable. And you know, I have spent decades sitting on corporate boards, and I know a lot about how efficiency works. And there are certain types of programs that we use to turn around companies. You apply those same kind of techniques to our federal government, you're going to see massive savings. We also have to bring personal responsibility to government. If people are not doing their jobs, they have to be fired. End of story. And because the government works for us. We don't work for them. And they need to understand that very quickly. You know, thousands of people retire in the government every year. Don't replace them. Just shift people around. We'll get it down to a